Hey friends, it looks like Katie Joy has responded to the GoFundMe set up by that down the hole lady. Let's have a look.
I've noticed that there's recently a current GoFundMe being pushed out into the community with my name on it, and the attachment is for some people that are going to court, and somehow I'm involved in this. And I need to set the record straight.
It makes sense for her to correct this if she isn't involved.
I agree. Using her name and likeness with no proof of her involvement is erroneous.
There's currently a GoFundMe happening, and a group of creators are using my name to promote a GoFundMe, claiming that I am trying to silence them, and people are donating to them, thinking that this has to do with me, and it doesn't. Their GoFundMe has raised over $2,000, and it says Rabbit and Renell are being dragged to court by an unstable stalker. They want to continue to be calling out Katie Joy's bad behavior on YouTube. As a community, let's come together and support them.
Wow, 2K already? With no proof?
I wonder if they've sent her an edible arrangement as a way of saying thanks for all those donations.
They really should, since that money appears to have been donated in the name of hate.
What greatly disturbs me about this GoFundMe is that the donations are being obtained through fraudulent purposes, with the allegation that this unstable stalker, quote unquote, is taking them to court for frivolous reasons.
The GoFundMe is fraudulent, a grift perhaps.
The woman that they are talking about, her name is Starla McIver, to the best of my knowledge.
I do believe her name is Charla.
Renell and this woman down the rabbit hole want you to believe that I am the factor of why they have court problems.
Of course they do. It couldn't possibly be their own fault.
Katie is an easy target to point at for that particular group. The masses hate her, so they don't question it.
Critical thinking at its finest, hey?
I will not be involving myself in any cases related to this group of creators and Starla. This is the only time I will speak on this topic. And it is that Starla McIver is not my employee. Starla McIver and I have no relationship.
Seems like a good idea to make this a one and done.
Oh yes, don't want to get into the yo-yo cycle with this group. They don't quit.
Starla McIver was at one time a follower of mine, and apparently I blocked her. She apparently became friendly with this group of creators that speak about me on their channels. And at some point, she decided she didn't believe what they were saying about me, I guess, and decided that she wasn't going to help them anymore, apparently. And so now, because she doesn't agree with them, they all believe that I sent her in as a mole or something to harass them and to try to silence them and to take down their channels.
So they befriended Starla, but when she disagreed with them, they turned on her?
That group of antis still hasn't learned, have they, Danny?
Apparently not. They'll let anyone into their inner circle as long as they dislike KJ, no matter how many times it turns around and bites them in the ass.
I am not trying to silence Renell. I am also not trying to silence Down the Rabbit Hole at Night, or whatever her channel name is.
Right? If Katie was going to silence these people, one would think she would have done it ages ago.
That's a good point. These creators have made numerous videos on Katie. It's not logical that she would wait till this very moment to do it.
I am not trying to silence anyone, and I do not have any employees. And anyone that has donated to this under the pretense that I am trying to silence this creator or these creators, you have been defrauded.
It does appear that way, since they plastered your face onto their GoFundMe and included you in the description. Funny how it's now been silently changed. As vocal as some people were, they really should issue a retraction on their statements, and that rabbit lady should crawl out of her hole and address her bad choice, like an actual adult.
Yes, Danny, I'm glad you say that. This wasn't a mistake. It was a choice to use Katie Joy's name and likeness.
I'm sorry if any of you have been misled by these people. And I know some people won't believe me, but I've provided what I have, and Starla McIver is not my employee. My attorney has publicly declared that Starla McIver is not my employee, or I don't have any employees, and I am not trying to silence anyone. And I'm going to ask that Renell and this creator remove my name from their GoFundMe and stop fundraising under false pretenses and stop using my name and likeness to raise money.
That's a pretty easy ask, and as we saw a bit ago, they have done just that. Again, though, I would like to point out that they did it silently, like cowards.
If you have donated to this fundraiser under false pretenses, please request a refund and get your money back, because what they're telling you this money is for and what you believe you're donating to is not what you're donating to.
I have to agree with Katie on this. If you are someone who donated because you thought Katie was taking them to court in an effort to silence them, you absolutely should request a refund.
And if I may say, you should be questioning whether you want to donate at all. If what they are saying about Charlotte is true, why the need for deception? Why did they choose to deceive their supporters?
I went ahead and I reported this fundraiser for fraud, and I reported it for using libelous statements that I have, under an implication, sent an unstable stalker to harass them in the court, and I'm trying to silence them, all of which is false. I will not be brought into a fraudulent GoFundMe in this capacity. Please remove my name and my likeness and take down your GoFundMe. Or if you're going to have a GoFundMe, put up the truth about what's going on and do not use my name, because I have nothing to do with what's happening to you in court. I have never had contact with Renelle or this other woman that is doing this fundraiser, and I have never sent them any emails in any capacity.
It's almost like they pulled the theory of Charlotte being Katie's employee right out of their asses.
Now, Danilo.
No, Danny. Katie says she's never had contact with either Renelle or Rabbit, yet they've made bold claims she is some kind of evil mastermind, without showing an ounce of proof. Their hate for Katie makes them connect dots that aren't there. They deserve to be called out for their fuckery.
Okay, I won't argue with that.
Hey guys, before we go, can I address something?
Sure, go ahead, Danielle.
Throughout this video, Katie refers to Charlotte as Starla. Now this could very well be a simple mistake, as the names do sound similar. However, I'd like to draw your attention to this comment under her video. Here we see her replying to a comment and using Charla's correct name. I can only gather that she used the name Starla in her video on purpose, to help solidify that she doesn't know her. Choices like this do not help Katie Joy.
You're right. Decisions like that do not help her. This group will cling to anything to confirm the bias of hate they have against her.
A bad choice like this gives them room to question, and that's usually when the tinfoil hats come out.